The first question I asked was what the top 10 common jobs in game industry were in 2024, and it gave me jobs like designer, 3D artist, animator, QA tester, sound designer. It actually gave me 13 jobs instead of 10, and it wrote a lot about all of them, more than it did in the last assignment. And then I asked the 10 highest paying jobs in 2024, and it gave me a different list, with director and senior engineer at the top, and it also gave me 13 instead of 10. And then it talked about the factors that could affect salary, and it gave pretty accurate salary ranges to what I found on ZipRecruiter when I looked them up for more specific jobs. And then the two jobs I asked about in detail were narrative designer first, and it generated a lot of text about both of them. About education, it gave different example degrees, different educational paths, and then wrote about portfolios. And it went on to tell the difference between experience for entry-level jobs, mid-level, and senior. And I was very surprised how much it wrote, because this isn't all like general information that's easy to find online. You have to kind of go digging in specific companies to find a lot of this stuff, so I was surprised it could find anything to write about. And then it gave me skills and portfolio tips too. And then I did the same thing for game designer, which is a more broad title, and it wrote just as much about all the same outlines, key skills, and a conclusion. And then I asked a more specific question about what forms of portfolio AAA studios expect. And again, it wrote a lot about each one it listed. Websites, gave tips on what to include, slide decks, video portfolios, and even more tips at the end, which I thought was funny. And then last, I asked about one job that it didn't mention on either list, which was environment designers. And it had plenty of information on that job as well, about their roles and the difference between different companies, and salary range. And I was really surprised for all these questions how much information it had, that it was able to write so much about each job, and that it stayed very consistent with this formatting.